In today's globally connected world, we keep working with across different countries and different cultures. And we need to be very mindful of the cultural gap that we have. Let me share a story. It was a summer evening in Calcutta, and that time I was based out of Calcutta working. And end of the day, 6:30 p.m., I still had piles of work on my desk. It would be another 3-4 hours before I go back home. But I took pride in that, like a corporate martyr. And then I needed something from one of my colleagues, Charles, who was based out of Bangalore. By the way, Charles was an American. He was an Indian who moved to America, studied there, worked there for long, and then he came back to India for a tour of duty or assignment. So I called Charles at 6:30 p.m. He picked up the phone. Hey, Indranil, I'm having my dinner. I'll call you later. And he put the phone down. My blood started boiling. Dinner? 6:30 p.m.? I am working hard and someone is having dinner end of the day. Oh my God, he's a slacker. I was so upset. I called my boss, who was, by the way, another American who was in Bangalore that time. Maybe he was also having his dinner. I don't know. So he picked up my call. I blurted out my frustration for a minute or so. He listened and then he finally said, okay, Indranil, that's fine. I'm sure Charles will call you back. I was zapped. I was very demotivated. Much later on, when I went to Sweden for my own assignment, I saw high performer in Sweden. They come to office at 8 o'clock or before 8, work till 4 o'clock, then go back, pick up their kids from school and have dinner together at 6 o'clock or 6:30 or even before that, tuck them into the bed by 7:30 and then they start working again till late in the evening. So I understood then. It was my bad. Charles was not a slacker. I was culturally blind. Many times we have our lens through which we try to judge the world without understanding other culture and other context. And this is the book, Culture Map by Erin Meyer. It's a fantastic book, a must if you are working in a global environment. By the way, this is a must read in Netflix, I heard, right? And this actually helps you decode how to work across culture and be successful. It's so important. I'll tell you another example. When I was working in Middle East, I used to go for serious client discussions, meetings, and there we'll be just discussing about what's happening, personal things, health, family for first half an hour. And then we'll have other discussions. It was absolutely acceptable. I used to get very nervous initially, but I got accustomed to that. And then when I went to Sweden, I tried that in the Swedish environment. It bombed. They thought I was wasting their time and almost asked me to come to the point without having all this other discussion. I thought they were rude. Again, a cultural gap. In Middle Eastern culture, the trust comes from relationship. In some of the Western country, the trust comes from the task. How do you deliver the task? And Erin Meyer explained that nicely in this book. You must read it. And I am learning almost every day. I'm still learning about the culture. I learned the hard way and still learning. And you know what? Even now, I have my biases. Even now, when I hear the F-bomb, the F word from some of my American colleagues, I still get offended. Because in Indian context, Indian mindset, I don't accept that. But then I tell myself, maybe it's just their passion is the way of expressing themselves. Why judge? So I started minding the gap. I started mapping the culture more. And I am sure if you start reading this book, start adopting to some of the advices you get, you would be benefited immensely in your global corporate career. Because this is the mistake we do in many cases. We don't consider culture and the difference in culture as a major challenge that we need to overcome to be successful as an organization together. So read this book, enjoy, and put your comment once you do it. I'd love to know your feedback. Thank you for watching.